Take care.
I really hope you guys are enjoying all these catch, clean, and cook videos that I've been able to do. One of my goals this year, this dive season, was to do as much spearfishing as possible, and I've been able to do so, and it's been amazing. I love fresh fish. I love to spearfish. In fact, when I started this channel, that's kind of my goal, is to do spearfishing, catch, clean, and cooks. It's kind of hard living in an area where you only get to scuba dive 6 months out of the year. So we're doing good. I'm not complaining. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I've been enjoying making them. I'm outside enjoying the back porch and nature, walking Judah. Have you guys met Judah, my pup? He's my sidekick. So I got to go on an adventure, and today I went solo scuba diving in a midweek dive on a Wednesday, and it was just perfect. Crystal clear water, flat calm seas. Temperature was a little cool in the morning, but was beautiful by the end of the day, and it was awesome. And I've often said, when it comes to scuba diving, there's a difference between solo scuba diving and diving alone. And today I was solo scuba diving. There were other divers in the water, and I'm glad I wasn't alone, and you'll see why. I'm on a dive site today known as 11 Mile Reef. There are 3 main structures here that are connected with a rope. My goal, as I first got in the water, I was the first one in the water, so I'm in the water by myself. I wanted to go out to the farthest structure, which is a barge, to try to get on some fish before all the other scuba divers got in the water. So I'll spare you a lot of the swimming along the rope, but I'll show you a few clips along the way, and let's get out to that barge. I crop out a lot of footage for the catch, clean, and cooks because these dives are long. This is shallow water diving. I'm only about 50 feet deep, so I can stay underwater a long time. I don't want to bore you guys with a 2-hour video. So my goal is to go back through all the footage and share a lot more of the dive site, because a lot of people love to visit here in Myrtle Beach, and they love to just scuba dive, and they want to know about the dive sites. So during the winter season, when I'm not getting to scuba dive a lot, I will be going back through and sharing a lot of that footage. So for you guys watching, that's a little hint as to what's to come. It takes me roughly about 3 minutes, maybe a little more, to get out to this part of the dive site, which is at the end of the line that they've got connected. And this is an old barge, and it's falling apart, but it is great for spearfishing. So just a little insight into what's in my head when I'm spearfishing. I'm right-handed, meaning the spear gun's in my right hand. I try my best to keep structure to my left side because it makes it easier to swing my spear gun to my left than it is to try to twist my entire body to the right to take a shot. I I at least wanted to share the footage of this nice big sea turtle that I saw tucked head first under the bow of the barge. And at first, it took me a minute. I really thought he was dead. But no, I think he was just asleep. So after I left my sea turtle friend behind, I made my way around the front or the bow of the barge. And as I come around the corner, I see a nice big sheep's head in the distance. So I hit him just a little high, still in the head area, and he spins and spins and spins. Not only did he break off, but he swam right past me like it wasn't even a big deal. Needless to say, when I get my spear gun back and ready, I think he and I need to have another conversation. And as I'm reloading my bands, I notice in this hole on the top deck, he's actually sitting right there. A little hard to pick up on camera, but I know where he's at, and I think I'm going to go check him out. So as I move across, I see him, but I realize trying to shoot him through that hole is not a good idea. Not a good angle to shoot, nor would I be able to get him out. So I decide to go over the edge and sneak attack. And by the time I get there, he's gone. It's hard to see on camera, but I can see where they have room to swim under there. So my thought was, let's go back to the front, start all over, come around the corner again, and maybe he would come out. And my guess was right. He gives me the perfect shot. And so I invite him to dinner. I do brain this fish because he's thrashing pretty good and I want to make sure I keep him. So I did brain him. I don't always show that on camera, just because, no specific reason. So there's a nice big sheep's head, at least one for dinner. And after I get him secured, I continue down the shipwreck and I go through a little swim through area. I'm going to let this kind of roll so you can see it without me talking and just see how beautiful of a dive this really was. But don't abandon the video. There are more fish to come. Once I find the line, I start making my way back out, past the second structure, back to the first structure. And I start running into divers. And now you know why I made such a beeline to try to get out to that site to have it to myself for just a minute. So this is the bow of the first structure, which is a tugboat, and an absolute beautiful dive. Great clarity. I could actually see the structure when I jumped in the water and got down about 10 or 15 feet. I could actually see the structure and the sand. It was a beautiful dive. So here is where all the fun begins. As I'm swimming through the rudder part of the boat here, I see this nice sheep's head. So I figured I would invite him to dinner. And when I did, I took a little bit longer shot than I normally do, but he gave me a good shot. And for some reason, I didn't get any penetration. But I did wound this fish. As you can tell, he swam off, and so he's not feeling good, and I really didn't want to lose him because I knew he was injured. So I tried as fast as I could to get my spear gun back and ready to go and find this fish. I found the fish, and a second time, he tears off and disappears on me. Now, I'm not going to bore you with these several minutes of me sticking my head under every piece of debris, looking through all this structure, trying to find that fish. And I never did. This is when not being alone paid off. As you can see here, this is a guy I met on the boat. His name is Tim. He's been spearfishing. Got him a decent sized spade fish there. Well, I got in the water way before him, and I'm actually leaving, and he still continues to spearfish for a little while. And he actually found that sheep's head. When he got on the boat, he said, "Was that you that shot that sheep's head?" I said, "Yeah, that was me." He said, "Well, here it is. I found it. It was actually dead. He didn't spear it again." So it worked out to be a perfect scenario. And so I offered him a fillet off of that fish, and he said he would absolutely take it. So that was our trade for him helping me out. Thanks, Tim. I really appreciate it. And I did want to show you a little bit of this footage. This is the end portion of my second dive. You do 2 dives. And there were no fish to get on the second dive. Usually there's not. And I did see these sheep's heads. And they were legal, I feel. Like if I had no fish, I would have probably tried to take these fish. But I had plenty of fish on the boat. 2 nice-sized fish. So we'll leave them and let them grow for a little while. It's not always about shooting everything you can find. Okay, I could have moved it. I've already got my fish out. So. Yeah. I'm going to try a new recipe today. I'm actually going to fry this sheep's head in an air fryer. I want to make fish nuggets, so I cut the fish up in medallion-sized pieces, just like a chicken nugget. I'm using plain panko breadcrumbs with Tony Sasser's Cajun seasoning mixed in. That's the way I like it. Prepare me an egg wash, and I take a few handfuls of these nuggets, dip them in, get them good and dredged. Then I take all of them and I put them in my panko breadcrumbs. It's a little messy on the hands, but I do it this way because I cover it and then I take and just shake the breadcrumbs all around it, and it coats them so well, and now I don't get all that coating on my hands. Taking it out of the panko and layering them on these racks to put in the air fryer. Now again, this is my first time trying this. Let's hope this works out the way I see it in my head. I did 375 for 10 minutes, and because of my air fryer, I swapped the top and bottom trays, and then I did 10 minutes one more time. And it turned out these beautiful golden brown crispy chicken nuggets. And they are so delicious. Great recipe. You've got to try it. I want to say a heartfelt thank you to all of you who have subscribed and watch every video, commenting, liking, sharing, all those things. I really appreciate it. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I've got some epic adventures coming up, and I'm going to share all of them with you. So once again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next adventure, because life's an adventure, friend. You have to get off the couch and go live it. So I'll see you next time.